Hi, welcome again to Health and Healing Conversations and Practices. And today I am going to talk with you about stress response. So, how to reduce our stress response through meditation and relaxation, which, it's been my experience and personal experience for years practicing meditation and relaxation, different relaxation practices, as well as working with a lot of clients through massage and body work and helping them to relax and reduce their stress response. So that's what I want to share with you today. Um, when we have a stress response, is because we have been triggered from by something or someone or by our own inner conversations and fear responses that we have. So normally, mental and physical stress are cause increased levels of stress hormone called cortisol, and this cortisol produces many of the harmful stress effects, such as the release of inflammatory chemicals called cytokines. And these chemicals can affect and disrupt our sleep, promote depression, anxiety, and increase the possibility of increasing blood pressure. And it also contributes to fatigue and foggy thinking, like we cannot function as well. The way that we are wired is for survival and protection. And this survival and protection just is to preserve our life to so that we can live. And a lot of times these effects of stress, we're not having a tiger run after us, or we don't have something that is really happening, but then we have a perception of danger of some way. So, what causes us to have this stress response in these stress triggers? What causes it? So, a stress trigger can be activated. I call them active memories, active responses to our environment, to conversations. It's a fear response, something that triggers us from the past. Past experiences. I've had many clients with that have had car accidents, and maybe later on they have a pain pattern in their bodies, and they're a passenger later on in the car, and they have this irrational fear of the other person that's driving, and they know that it may come from a past accident, but they cannot control it. Their bodies just responds to protect them. So as we experience life in situations, it wires our nervous system, and it makes us have a certain reaction of protection. So it's fight, flight, or freeze. We either fight, we defend and protect ourselves. We flee, we run away, we hide. We have all these different responses, or we freeze. Some people have frozen from past experiences to protect themselves, almost like when we look at a deer or an animal, that when we are close to them, they just, what we say, that you look like a deer with the headlights on. And that's the response of the deer from the freeze response. And we may see that in humans as well, that their eyes are wide open, and they, um, they, uh, they're frozen in their bodies. And sometimes I have seen this when I do body work, that the body, certain people that I've worked in years, I've had these kind of clients where their bodies become more rigid, more protected, more not as in the person is not as in touch with their feelings, their sense perception, because they have learned how to protect themselves, and they're not aware that they're still holding this armoring of protection. So emotions, then these thoughts, these patterns activate emotions. So emotions, when we get emotional, we have a response to a situation, and we have emotions that can trigger these chemicals in our bodies that can cause inflammation and blood pressure. And if it's so the way that I see this happening is when it's sustained. Depending on how long we sustain this stress response, um, then the body becomes more releases more of these chemicals, and that's when we can have more of a response in illnesses, or it can turn into a disease, some condition. Depending on what type of emotion is, it'll affect different organ tissues in the body. And all this neuroplasticity, neuroscience has a lot of research and evidence now that all this can be changed. It can be reprogrammed, and it can be changed into a more positive experience, and reprogram this wiring of stress response so that we can have a more present and connected experience with life in the present moment, with what surrounds us, and with the relationships that we have, and more connected to that which we care about the most. The other thing would be physical pain. Um, Physical pain can be a response from a stress, can be an effect from a stress response. And I have seen this with a lot of clients through the years, where the pain patterns that are showing up is the body's way of expressing what we don't see in our mind. So whatever we don't get to see clearly in our mind, the body will express it, and that's the most physical aspect of stress response, when we get to feel it in our bodies through pain or through illnesses, disease, and conditions in our physical body. That's like the last manifestation of a stress response. And belief systems. We have belief systems, we have points of views, and sometimes these point of views are not as open-ended. They are trying to defend and protect us. So it's important to take a look at these belief systems that we continue to carry forward that no longer serve us, that are causing tension and separation with ourselves and with the environment and with others that serve our loved ones and friends and family. So it's good to look at what belief systems am I still holding that no longer serve me, that are causing stress and tension and separation. And we all long for that belonging and connection, love and affection, and we all look for that. But sometimes it's something that's going on within ourselves that is creating that separation and connection with ourselves and with what surrounds us. So, I want to share with you today a meditation relaxation, so that we can experience a calm moment of relaxation and meditation. So how can the calm this calm moment that I talk about, finding this calm moment, meditation does not necessarily have to be for an hour. Meditation, all it is to calm ourselves and to calm the thought patterns, the mind, so that we can be connected with ourselves in the present moment, and we create more space between thoughts so that we can have present moment experience with life in the moment, life as it's happening right now, instead of through these filters that we have created of beliefs and stories and trauma and tension from the past. And I'm not saying that we should put this aside or not look at these things, but this meditation begins to build some resilience and some sense of connection with ourselves, so that we have more space and more connection with what's happening in the moment, without having these reactions present and separating us continuously. It'll create more gaps, and we can begin to see ourselves more clearly and experience. And the benefits will be more better emotional health, which we won't be as reactive when somebody talks to us, or when we hear, we engage in certain relationships. So it has a lot of benefits in that sense. And also, it enhances our self awareness. We become more self aware when we have tension, when we have pain, when our bodies become tight. When we are upset about something, we become more self aware. And then when we are self aware, we can make changes and build a different way of being. It helps to improve our attention span and our focus. So when we meditate, we have that more space. We are more present, and therefore more attention to what is in the moment, instead of through a stressful, nervous reaction to what's happening. And as a result, of course, all of this helps to generate more kindness, compassion, and interconnectedness. It helps improve our sleep. This is a great benefit, and especially if you can practice a calm moment, meditation, or relaxation. If you do it towards the evening before you go to bed, this is great because it will help you to rest better and to have a deeper sleep that is more regenerative for you, to repair the body. And that's how we heal overnight, as we sleep. And another benefit that can come from this practice of meditation and relaxation is the blood pressure, because there's not that input of tension into the body. And this will help to bring more um, um, circulation, not to have the pressure and the tightness and the contraction in the body. And that helps for the heart to flow better and move the blood through the whole body without so much pressure. Okay, so let's take a moment now and just find a comfortable spot wherever you're sitting. If you want to lay down on the floor, or sitting, just sitting in a comfortable position on a chair, on the floor, sitting on the floor, just find a very nice and comfortable space for you. And as you do that, begin to focus on your breath, and come and close your eyes. And close your eyes and notice your breath. Inhale and exhale. And bring attention to the breath in the belly. Breathe into the belly and just let the air out slowly. And again, inhale and exhale slowly. Continue breathing. Inhale and exhale slowly. Your feet are touching the ground, or if you're sitting on the floor, laying, just notice the support of the ground. If you're laying down, your back is being supported by the surface you're laying on, if it's the floor or a bed. And just notice the support. What supports you? Allow your body to just rest, feel at ease. And continue breathing as slowly. Inhale. And just let the air out slowly. Again, inhale. And exhale slowly. And notice if there are any thoughts that want to come in, and allow them to pass by like a cloud. And they come and they go and they pass and they go and they're gone. And come back to the breath. Inhale and exhale. Bring attention to your feet. Feel the bottom of your feet. And just notice your feet, how they are being supported by the ground if you're sitting. The feet connect to the ground, to the roots of the earth. The legs feel easy, soft, resting. Your pelvis is soft, easy. Your torso, your ribs are moving as you breathe. Your spine is supported with your pelvis. And your head is supported over the spine. Your shoulders feel easy and soft. And your arms are resting gently and soft. Allow the muscles of your face to relax and let go of all the tension. Our faces face the world, face every situation, and they do create a lot of tension. These muscles in the face, they tend to tense up a lot. So just move the jaw and just allow these muscles to let go, that your teeth are not pressing in the back into the mandible. Just allow the mandible, the jaw, to be easy and soft. Your eyes become softer, resting as they are closed. Just feel the sense that they are softer and softer. Our eyes are an extension of our brain. That's the most external part of our brain. They connect all the way into the brain, and just allow them to rest. And just notice a sense of ease in your body, of rest, calm, a calm present moment. Behind every thought, we can have this space of being, of being present with ourselves. And taking a moment to calm and to be present helps to restore our energy because we're not connected to anything external with our attention. Our attention is focused within. And the thoughts are all calm and more space. Maybe a thought keeps coming in. Just allow it to pass by like a cloud and come back to your breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And notice how much lighter and easier you feel in the body. Again, inhale and exhale. Notice now the left side of your body. Draw an imaginary line in the center of your body and bring attention to the left side of your body. Notice the leg, the foot, the leg, the hip, your torso, the shoulder, the arm, the hand, the head. Just notice the whole left side of your body. What do you perceive? Is there any tension? Is it soft? Do you sense more like it's forward or backwards? What sensations do you notice in the left side of your body? And notice the difference between the left side and the right side as you brought more attention to the left. Now come back to the center and notice this imaginary line down the center of your body. And bring attention to the right side of the body. Notice your feet, your leg, knees, hip, torso, shoulder, arm, hand, and the head, neck. Notice the right side. What sensations do you notice? Tensions. Do you feel one area more than another? Does it feel forward, backwards, more constricted, more expanded? What sensations do you notice? Is it easier or lighter or more tense? Is it holding something or is it easy? And breathe, inhale and exhale. Now notice the right side in reference to the left. How do they feel now? As you sense both sides at the same time. And come back to the center. This imaginary line in the center. Notice the top of your head. Bring attention to your forehead. Bring attention to your throat, to your heart, to your belly. And we have brought some attention and awareness to the whole body, to our sense perception. And take a nice deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. And when you're ready, open your eyes slowly. And as you open your eyes, just let whatever surrounds you come towards you instead of you reaching out to everything so quickly. Let everything just come towards you. Your eyes are soft and easy, observing what surrounds you as you open your eyes. Great. And just move your shoulders around. Move your head. Shake your arms out. Move your feet. Great. How does that feel after a few minutes of being present and relaxed? And just notice how it feels. A lot of times we move out of a relaxation so quickly and we don't sit for a moment to just get a sense perception so that our nervous system can register this relaxation response that we have just experienced. And we move quickly into the mind and to the action and to the movement of doing. So just notice this moment of being present in your body, in your sense perception. Notice the warmth in your hands. Notice how easy and lighter your body may feel. Just notice. Because the more we bring noticing and attention to our sense perceptions, the more that helps to rewire our nervous system to this sense perception, to this new self-awareness that is not usual for us sometimes until we become more habitual practices and we begin to continue practicing, and then it becomes more part of our expression and our senses. Wonderful. Now I want to read to you just it's not really a poem today. It's just some observation. It's a poem, actually. Somebody wrote this. I think it has to do with stress and all that. So I'll read this to you. So take the short way back home, back to yourself, and seed these words deep down into your heart. You are never alone. I'll say that again. You are never alone. Look up to the sky. There are millions of stars spreading hope every night. Look up to the sky. You are never alone. This is by Alexandra Vasilio. I have another one for you. So, the essence of trauma is a disconnect from the self. Therefore, the essence of healing is not just uncovering one's past, but reconnecting with oneself in the present. And this is by Gabor Mate, called Compassionate Inquiry. That's what he does a lot. And right now, there's a series that is being shared online of a new documentary that he is the main character, that he's hosting this new documentary. It's like an hour and a half, and it's I'm going to watch it today, hopefully. And it's just wonderful work that he's doing in the field of trauma, and how these experiences that we have lived causes our nervous system. He's a doctor, and he talks a lot about stress response, and how stress and illnesses are affected, are a result of our stressors. It's so important to reconnect with ourselves in the present, to come back to the present moment, because the more we begin to have these kind of practices that reduce our stress response, is how we can help reduce any possible diseases or illnesses, because they are a direct result of our stress response. And this stress response, most of the time, comes from our experiences, lived experiences. So the more self-awareness we bring in the present moment, the more we help to rewire these stressors, that these stress triggers that we become so unaware of if we're not present, noticing and seeing it clearly. He has another quote here from one of his books, I think. It says, when you shut down emotion, you're also affecting your immune system, your nervous system. So the repression of emotion, which is a survival strategy, then becomes a source of physiological illness later on. Again, I highly recommend, if you can look up his work, his YouTubes and books, Gabor Mate. I'll put some references underneath this video, and you can look at his work, and also this new documentary called The Wisdom of Trauma. And it's being hosted this week online. And I'll have some reference to this also on the page. Again, I highly recommend that you take time to pause, to be present in what you're doing, to notice your breath, to notice any stressors or stress triggers that you are having, so that you can begin to rewire your nervous system to be more present and connected with yourself. And that's what's going to build more resilience, and you will not be reacting as much to the situations and to life as it happens. I just wish you a wonderful rest of the week, and just make any comments down and below this video. And I look forward to spending a little bit more time with you, sharing more on health and healing in the coming week. All right, take care. Talk to you soon.